You're watching Toonami TV. Welcome to the channel. Well, I've just dropped a video literally 2 minutes ago, and breaking news on Sky Sports this evening at around 4:45. Newcastle's away trip to Aston Villa in the Premier League at Villa Park has now been officially postponed, and that's due to an outbreak at Newcastle United Football Club. It was widely reported before the Crystal Palace game that one or two players had caught the virus and that it spread over the course of the weekend after beating Palace 2-0 at Selhurst Park. And it was only yesterday that there was reported up to 5 players had tested positive for the virus, and that members of the Newcastle United staff had also tested positive for the virus. And there's been talks between Newcastle United and the Premier League in order to come to some sort of solution for the game on Friday. And I said in the previous video to this that it's only right that the game gets called off, because for me it's all down to common sense. It's all down to the health and safety of everyone at Newcastle United Football Club, from the players to the staff, those who work behind the scenes. And for me, it's only a game of football. That game can be played at a later date. The last thing that we want to be doing as a football club is to be travelling down to the Midlands to affect Aston Villa Football Club, to affect their camp, and then to have a whole situation where they could potentially self-isolate and we could go back to square one of the season being stopped for a little bit. That's not what we want right now, because we've got games coming thick and fast over Christmas. Let's see what happens in terms of a week. Can players recover in time, ready for the next game? I just had it in the back of my head all week that this game would not go ahead, and I think it is the right decision. The right decision has been made in order to allow these players to self-isolate, recover, including staff, get well soon and be ready for the next game in the coming weeks. Now, in terms of the preview, that's no longer going ahead. There's no Aston Villa watch along on Friday. However, I will do a substitute. There will be a live Q&A where you can ask me literally anything from 8 o'clock on Friday evening. So make sure you tune in to Toonami TV and you can ask me literally anything you want for my time as a YouTuber, to Newcastle games, anything you want. But in terms of the story, it is sad, don't get me wrong, but there's more to life than football. I love supporting Newcastle United, but I understand that life is more important than football, and that you want to see your players and staff and everyone associated with the club fit and healthy and ready to go, because at the end of the day, this virus, has took its toll on literally everyone. We've now become the first club since Project Restart to have had a real serious effect in terms of the virus. A game being postponed. I hope that doesn't affect other clubs and that it's going to go down the same route. I just hope that with the training ground being fully cleaned from top to bottom, that players can go back when it's safe to do so, Steve Bruce and the staff, and that we can get ready for the next game. And yes, it's going to be a big gap for us now in terms of not watching football, but you've got to remember sometimes the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is that this virus is bigger than us, and that if you don't take it seriously, you don't follow the protocols, then you will be feeling sorry for yourself at the very end. And for those players and staff at Newcastle United Football Club, or anyone behind the scenes, if you have caught the virus, I do wish you all a speedy recovery, and I hope that you recover very, very quickly, and that you fight the good fight, and that you come back better than ever and safe and ready to do your jobs once more. And just when you look back at the stories of the ground being closed off, the training ground's been closed off since last Thursday, the players haven't been able to train, so they've gone to Crystal Palace. Then since then they've had the weekend off. They've not trained for the first couple of days, Tuesday and Wednesday. Tuesday night as I speak, they've had next to no training. So I look at it this way: it's a case of how can we be expected to go down to Aston Villa, as a squad and play a high intensity game, when for me it is a disadvantage. We're losing with better players, and we're losing, we could potentially lose a match that we could win because of what's going on. And I just think with us not being able to have access to the training facilities, the players, then it is a difficult job, isn't it, to get the game, to go ahead. And there was talk of the rules of 14 players. If you have 14 or more players, you can actually, take part in the game. But I just think it's a daft rule, given that if a few players have tested positive, and if all players have been kept away from the training ground, I just don't get how you can expect players to get ready for a big match in the Premier League. So, not the news I really wanted to break out this evening. But at 4:45, Newcastle's game away to Aston Villa has been postponed, and we'll move on to the next one. As mentioned before, there will be a Q&A / whatever you want to ask me on StreamYard this Friday night at 8 o'clock. So be ready to watch that video. And if you haven't seen this channel before, please subscribe. Help us on the road to 3,500 subscribers. We've just reached 3,400, and let's keep it growing. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Turn on the notification bell. Let your friends and family know about the channel, just so I grow as a YouTuber. And follow me on social media, Toon Army TV, if you haven't already. And let me know your thoughts about the game against Aston Villa being postponed down below in the comments. In the meantime, make sure that you keep yourself safe, that you stay well, and I'll see you all in the next one. Keep it tuned.